Okay, everyone, hold up, because I got some amazing news to share with you regarding Where Winds Meet. You actually might get to play the game very soon. And not just that, because after talking to Netease, I have some exclusive information that I can share with you today that have not been shared publicly before. And I can tell you something about the topic of release date, so stay with me. And if you don't want to miss anything regarding this game in the future, make sure to leave a like and also maybe subscribe, because that would actually help me extremely. If you have been around this channel for a few weeks, my first video on this channel was about the closed beta of Where Winds Meet. And this closed beta was only available in a few select regions. And my video with gameplay from the closed beta of Where Winds Meet was actually my most clicked video on this channel. So I assume you guys are very interested in the game, and I'm not going to let you down. And I can absolutely understand that, because Wuxia games are extremely cool. The setting is very interesting, and the most Wuxia games are very fun to play, so I get that. So one thing that was very uncertain is when the game will actually release globally, because as you might know, it is already released in China, you can already play it in China, but we didn't know anything about the global release of the game and when it's going to happen. But I know that many of you want to test and play the game, so I told you in the comment section of my last video about the game that I might have to share some cool information in the future, and this is the day. So let's start with the most important news, because Where Winds Meet is going to run its next global closed beta test from 25th of July up to 31st of July, depending on your time zone, which is in exactly 3 weeks. So it's not far away. And yes, you heard correctly, all regions will be able to play. And not just that, because the beta will not just be available on Steam, it will also be available on PlayStation 5, which is extremely cool. And it gets even better, so stay with me, it's worth it. Closed beta signups end on July 24th, so make sure to sign up as early as possible. That might even increase your chances to be selected. If you are interested in playing the game, I'll share a link in the video description where you can sign up for the beta. So you just have to fill out a form and they will select you if they think you are a great fit for the game. This beta version of the game will only offer English, Korean, Japanese, and traditional Chinese language, so please make sure you are able to enjoy any of these languages. Also, one important thing is that the progress you make in the beta is not going to transfer over to the main release. Make sure, if that's a problem for you, that you don't waste too much time into grinding cosmetics or anything like that. Speaking of which, I would like to give you a small heads up, because I have seen many people complain in other games reviews that they didn't get to keep the cosmetics that they were able to use in the beta, which is obvious, don't you think? I mean, the publisher just wants to show you the cool cosmetics. You can try them in the beta, but of course they will be behind a paywall on release, so you shouldn't get used to them too much. I mean, obviously, they gotta make some money with the game after all, and most of you will also be mad if the game is buy to play. So don't worry though, the game will have a huge amount of cosmetics that you can unlock in the game without paying money. Now let's jump onto the second information that I can exclusively share with you and that has not been shared publicly yet. Because yes, I got confirmation this beta is going to include the MMO mode of the game. That means that you'll potentially get to test raids, boss challenges, guild wars, and the whole PvP section of the game, and the general player interaction in the MMO mode. And I think that is absolutely amazing, and I was very hyped about that, but it was not included in the last beta, so I'm very curious how that will actually play out. I'm so hyped about this part of the game. But before I talk about the last topic, which is the release of the game, if you didn't watch my last video about Where Winds Meet and you need a quick rundown on what the game actually is, I'll break it down for you quickly right now. And if you want to skip that part, just check the description. I've put chapters into it, so you can skip that section. So what exactly is Where Winds Meet? If you missed it, Where Winds Meet is an open-world Wuxia action RPG set during China's 5 Dynasties and 10 Kingdoms era. And it's a game where you actually create your own character, design it yourself, and find your own fighting style. The game features action combat with dodges, parries, combos, and it's just extremely fun. Trust me, I've already played the game, it's fun. And even if you can't compare the rest of the game to Sekiro, I think the combat is pretty close. The game features 2 important different modes, and both of them are set in an open world which is over 20 square kilometers big, featuring dynamic weather, day-night cycles, NPCs roaming around the map that you can interact with, lots of exploration, lots of fighting. You will have boss challenges to do, world bosses that are pretty tough to fight actually. You will have social games to interact with, like playing music or insult battles with other NPCs. You will also be able to join martial arts schools. You will also be able to unlock lots of cosmetics, and the game also features a building system where you can actually create your own buildings or whatever you want to create. The first essential game mode is the player's version of the game world, which you can play solo in or together with your friends, and where you basically enjoy the story and all the exploration, all the riddles. And the second version of the game is the MMO mode, which you play with the same character, and it's basically the online version of the same world without the story but with other game modes, such as big raids with multiple players, boss speedrun challenges, guilds and guild battles, PvP, player interaction with mini games, and just chatting and stuff like that. And it even got bounty hunting for players that don't behave well. The combat system basically combines 2 weapon arts of your choice with 2 abilities each, together with 8 individual ability slots. And you can learn a huge amount of skills and pick 8 of them to equip them and create your very own martial arts set. So that means by combining the 2 weapons with 8 skills of your choice, you will play very different than other people might play the game. What really stands out about this game is the high quality graphics and the high quality animations. And as far as I know, the story of the game also seems to be very decent, so Chinese players seem to praise the story. And most importantly, you can fly. Not with a mount or anything, just you, yourself, the player, can fly. I mean, come on. Do I need to say more? One important thing to note though is that might turn some of you off. The game is going to be free to play, and you will have cosmetics you can pay for. And the game is also crossplay, including mobile. So it has some mobile characteristics, but to an extremely small extent. And trust me, I am very allergic when it comes to these mobile characteristics, but I didn't really see a lot of them. Good news is though that the game is not going to be pay to win. So in China, it's already released and the whole game is completely not pay to win. You can't buy anything that gives you an advantage over other players. It's only cosmetics and also mounts, which have auto-pathing and auto-collection, which makes the game a little easier. So it's for the lazy people, but I don't think this is really necessary, especially because, I mean, you can fly. Did I mention that your character can fly? Yes, you can fly. If you want to find out more about the game, I made a long video regarding the last beta, so if you want to check that out, it includes gameplay and the good and the bad, so the link is in the video description. And of course, I'm going to make another video about the next beta, including the MMO content and the PvP of the game. So without any further delays, let's jump into the most important thing for you probably, which is the release date. Because some of you might know the game is already released in China and we didn't know anything about the global release date. So unfortunately, I am not able to share the exact date with you. But as some of you might have realized, the beta is called the final test. And they also mentioned in the announcement that this is going to be the last test before the global launch. Keeping in mind that the last closed beta, which was only available in 2 regions and didn't include the MMO mode, was barely 1 month ago, things are moving very quick. That means that we probably won't have to wait too long to see the final launch of the game. But what I can confirm, and Netease also confirmed that for me, the game is safely going to release in this year. So you will play the game in 2025, maybe even sooner than later. So I am going to cover the next beta, and of course I'm also going to cover the release. And as you know me, I will be bloody honest about the game. I will tell you about the positive things and also the bad aspects of the game, as I already did with the last beta. So if you're unsure about the game, just wait for my review and then you know if you want to play the game or not. But my question to you is, are you going to test the game by the end of this month, or are you at least trying to get into the beta? And if so, which aspect of the game are you most looking forward to? please share that in the comment section below. And if you have any concerns about the game, I would also like to know what you are concerned about. Please also share that in the comments. But now, if you didn't watch my last video about the Where Winds Meet closed beta that was only available in 2 regions, you can find it here. And it was my first video on this channel, by the way. So you can really tell that I was kind of nervous in this video, but it's a good video. So if you want to see some gameplay and you want to find out more about the game, just check it out. It's a great video. And if you don't check it out, still have a great day. I'm looking forward to see you in the next video. Bye bye.